Ooh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined, as always, by Johnny Venerable. Johnny, how are we doing on this Friday?
Good. Get to talk a little NBA action, which I was robbed of yesterday off a pretty productive
Yeah.
2-0 in terms of betting spreads on Major League Baseball yesterday. But, I mean, it's 110 degrees here in Maricopa, so I might have to run to the fridge and grab a Four Peaks.
Yeah, it is very, very warm. I went out to get my coffee in the morning, and I was sweating in my car profusely. But now we're all showered up, and we're ready to go on this fine Friday.
Clean boy.
Yeah, very clean boy. As you said, pretty good day for you, Johnny, yesterday. You got a plus money, -1.5. So why don't we pull up your picks from yesterday?
I did have to sweat it out. The Angels won late in that game, but yeah, plus money as a favorite. You don't see that too often. That was because they were riding a 14-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Ohtani on the mound, he hit a bomb, just fantastic theater. They beat the Boston Red Sox. I just felt like yesterday was the day. And to be honest with you, if it wasn't, I was going to keep betting on them until they won. And then the Yankees actually had to sweat it out a little bit, 10-7 against the Twins, which unfortunately wrecked my prop of Garrett Cole. I think he gave up like 5 home runs.
He gave up 5 home runs in two and a third innings pitched.
Yeah, 7 runs, and they still won because the Yankees are a machine right now. So 2-0 on my picks, my prop. Listen, if I go 2-0 and my prop misses, I'll take that every day. That's not my preference, but I feel really good about tonight when we get to our picks later about a clean sweep. So can't complain.
I'm fired up. This is the first finals game I've actually been excited to watch, I think, because you have a lot of because you have desperation. Yep, you have desperation. I think the series still goes 7. We'll get to that later, but let's look at my picks from yesterday. I think I went 2 for 3 on my picks. Lightning -1.5 plus 200. Man, that was juicy. Love a good empty netter, and then a nice scrum at the end of the game because Nikita Kucherov. He tried to shoot the first time, I think, with like 9 seconds left when Shesterkin was still in the net, and then he got slashed and threw the puck off of maybe Adam Fox, one of the Rangers defenders, and it started a brawl at the end of that game. So that was very fun to watch. Guardians -1.5, that did hit. Giants are so ass right now. Oh, my God. They got swept by the Rockies. They're just terrible.
What I tell you?
No Gigantes for me for a while. I need to lay off the Gigantes. And then my props, unfortunately, the 2 biggest goal scorers in the series couldn't get anything done. You had Mika Zibanejad, not Mike, as I said yesterday, wasn't able to get a point on the power play. They didn't score on their only power play, and that's why they ended up losing that game. And then Kucherov hit the post in like the first 10 minutes of the game. Just an absolute rocket. So if that's an inch lower, that goes in. But I'll take an 0 for 2 on plus money props all day. We rebound. We've been spoiled with the props in the conference finals for the NHL. So little 3 for 5.
I don't have to tell you too. I feel like the NBA props, we have a much bigger sample size because we're in the NBA finals. So we know what to expect. We feel like from these two teams. We're still filling out the early months of the baseball season. But I did tell you before the season started, I thought the Giants, and they're even surprising me because they're above 500. They were the biggest overachievers in recent league memory last year. And I think their over-under for the season was like 86 wins. So Vegas was even telling you, like, this team could disappoint. I think that's kind of the sweet spot, 84, 85 wins for that team. And just, you don't play in the NL West and beat out the Dodgers 2 consecutive years, right? It just doesn't happen.
My buddy Ben in the chat with the boo, lightning boo. I think that has something to do with the 2 futures he has in the Rangers to win the cup, unfortunately. But we will have all that covered for you next week when the Stanley Cup final starts. So keep it locked in right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Before we get into our picks, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but a huge news dropped on Twitter. We are now partnered with Four Peaks Brewery, the official beer of PHNX. I enjoyed it a little too much in the morning yesterday.
Oh, you don't say.
I don't know if you can really enjoy it too much. But early drinking, it'll get you sometimes. 2 beers in 16 minutes, so we'll have to try to beat that next time. Johnny, I can smell the Vegas on you. Do you have any Four Peaks in Vegas, Johnny?
I did not. I had, again, a lot of RBVs, Red Bull vodkas. I do smell still of Vegas. I've taken many showers, but it's one of those stenches you can't get off. It just has to go away with time. When you're walking home from a casino at 3 a.m. and there's ladies of the night coming and approaching you, and you're trying to make a beeline for your
Ladies
casino
of the
hotel,
night.
and they're saying, "Where are you going, honey?" And I went like this. And I said, I got to go to bed. And they said, let me come to bed with you. And I said, nope, I don't think my wife would like that. That's what I'm trying to wash off right now.
The dirty scent of desperation. Hopefully
they're just trying to make an honest living.
Yeah. Four Peaks, baby. Drink it. It's fantastic. I've got my hazy right here from yesterday. It's one of my favorite beers in the world. And then the Kilt Lifter as well. So yeah, make sure to check them out. They're all over Arizona. So if you live here, it would be very hard not to find one at a store you're going at. But yeah, they're fantastic. Try all of the different beers. They have so many selections. But just remember, that's 21 and over only, and enjoy it responsibly. All right. Well, let's hope the Warriors can wash off some desperation tonight, like Johnny is doing. Johnny, what do you like tonight?
I love Golden State tonight. Money line, give it to me. Screw the spread. I think Boston's -4, 4.5.
Yep,
and I loved that the other night when I wasn't on the show. Give me the Warriors. Championship mentality. Hall of Famers up and down the roster. Hall of Fame head coach +135. Everybody is shitting on Draymond Green for good reason. He's been awful. I don't think he plays worse tonight. I don't think he plays much better. Yes. 2 points is hard to duplicate. I think his teammates pick him up because there's no better equalizer than a hot Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. So Warriors +135. And then I like the over in points just because they're on the road. I don't see Golden State locking down Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum has not had a good series. So I could see Jayson Tatum going off for 30, 35 points in a loss. But I just think we're going to get one of those vintage Golden State performances tonight to even up the series headed back to Golden State. If I would be utterly shocked if the Boston Celtics in the weaker East go up 3-1 over a dynasty like this. I'd be shocked.
Yeah. The biggest thing is Steph Curry's injury. He's playing tonight, no restrictions. So we'll keep an eye on that. If you're in the chat right now, drop your favorite picks and props for tonight's game. We'll go over them at the end of the show. 2 days ago, right after the line came out for Game 4, I got on the Warriors money line at +150, and now it's a little down to +135. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. We'll pull up my picks. I'm still feeling it. +135 tonight. You can still get it. And then this is just something that I've just been riding this entire year. The Warriors third quarter money line, even in Game 3 when they lost, they were down like 15 at halftime or 10 or whatever, and they ended up winning that third quarter by like 9 points and then got blown out in the fourth. And I was really scared. I was telling Sean because I picked that on the show the other day, and then I got an update that 99% of the public was on the third quarter money line for the Warriors, and that usually doesn't work, but it did. So we love that. So I'm writing it again tonight. And yeah, hopefully we get the most entertaining game of the playoffs because we've been asking for that, which, the bar is pretty low for that.
Let's just call it what it is. They've been ass. Yes. And listen, I do think tonight will be competitive. I think Golden State is going to feed off the negative hostile energy from the Boston Celtic faithful, which I don't mind, by the way. I mean, this is a cutthroat series. You're trying to bring a championship home. I don't support derogatory comments of any kind, but this is kind of like vintage 90s basketball. Yeah. And, I don't want to be the guy, the boomer who says that our league is too soft now, but I want the two teams to not like each other. Yeah. That's the best version of a finals that we get. That reminds me of Cleveland, Golden State a couple of years ago, where LeBron and Draymond would get into it. Remember the technical, that got Draymond suspended for that pivotal, Game 6. Like, that's the kind of shit I want to see. I do not want to see trade-offs of blowouts in these finals en route to a Game 7. No. I don't want to see it.
You mentioned it earlier. The finals MVP favorite is Jayson Tatum, even though he hasn't performed well. Maybe that's something to do with his Mamba mentality. I don't know.
How is it not Jaylen Brown right now? Is that just favoritism from Vegas for Jayson Tatum? I love Jayson.
I think ESPN released their MVP ladder and they had Jaylen Brown 1. But there's a lot of value in these guys. So I'm going to read them out right now on DraftKings. Okay,
let's hear
it. You get finals MVP. Jayson Tatum's the leader at +105. Steph Curry at +205, which if the Warriors win, it's nobody but Steph, unless Klay Thompson is Game 6 Klay for the rest of the series. Jaylen Brown at +350. This one I really like. Marcus Smart. He's at +3,000. If the Celtics can especially win this game. But even if they don't and the series extends to 7, he already had one good game in these finals. He could get 2 more good ones in him, and then all of a sudden it's like, I mean, this guy is a 2-way guy. He can defend, he can score. If he has a couple 20-point games and a couple 3+ steal games, and maybe he locks up Curry one night,
I don't hate that.
And then you get like your Al Horford's at plus 5,000, Andrew Wiggins at plus 15,000, and the last player worth mentioning, Klay Thompson at plus 15,000, just because he's been so bad before. And a good game last night, though.
Let me get on my soapbox real quick, because I'm going to tie this back to the Phoenix Suns and kind of what we're all going through with the DeAndre Ayton saga, and why our guy Gerald Bourguet at GoPHNX.com is preaching patience with this entire thing. Think back to maybe 3 years ago, before Anthony Davis went to LA, the kind of packages that were being proposed by the media, and who knows, maybe Danny Ainge proposed these to the Pelicans. It was like Anthony Davis for Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, basically gutting their whole team minus Jayson Tatum. And now fast forward, they're in the NBA Finals because they let their young players mature over time, grow together. I'm not saying that that's what needs to happen with DeAndre Ayton, but I'm not sure shipping out DeAndre Ayton for some veterans for a win now team next year, when you already have Chris Paul, who's on his last legs. Like, I think we could take note of what's happening with Boston. They made just a couple impressive postseason runs. They got knocked out. And then this year, it seems like it's coming together. Imagine, Boston wouldn't trade Jaylen Brown for Anthony Davis straight up right now. Yeah. So we need to be careful here.
Yeah. Ben in the chat saying under 17.5 for the largest lead of the game. I definitely don't hate that, especially rooting for a non-blowout game. So
yeah, I like that a lot, Benjamin.
Yeah, that's fun. They're so mature. Johnny, would you call yourself mature?
No chance. My wife calls me our third child. I am a grown adult man boy. So no one will ever, I don't think anybody's ever called me mature.
Before we get into what our props can be and where you can bet on them, Johnny, I saw you tweet out this morning something about Raising Cane's. Why was that?
Well, I'm going to give a shameless plug. Go PHNX Cardinals. PHNX Cardinals live today at 4 p.m. We're going to be in honor of Four Peaks, which you should drink and drink responsibly. We're going to draft our favorite drunk food. And I was kind of doing some research this morning, and I saw a lot of Raising Cane's, and I've seen it since I moved to the Valley. I'm from Illinois originally, spent some time in Oregon. I've never tried it. I need to try it. So I just put out a little feeler on Twitter. I said, is Raising Cane's good? Because I like Popeyes. I like their chicken sandwich. I think it's on par, if not better, when it's made right, better than Chick-fil-A.
Yep.
And then I would say 80-20 staunchly in favor of Raising Cane's being good. So I thought that was interesting, especially if it's drafted today.
It's fantastic. Box combo, sub slaw for an extra Texas toast. Get extra sauce with that. You will be happy. It's fantastic.
I heard the bread is fantastic, especially when you get it buttered on both sides. The sauce is fantastic. I'm a sucker for great sauce. You know, Popeyes, Chick-fil-A has great sauce. That's why I think it makes it great. Everybody said the chicken's just okay. What is your opinion on that?
The chicken's great. I mean, the chicken, I think the chicken is really good, but the sauce makes it great. But okay. I disagree with the take that it needs the sauce to be good. I think the chicken sauce is really good.
That was the consensus in the Twitter streets this morning. So maybe you and I, when I see you next week, we could grab some.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you want to have that extra coin to get some extra cane sauce when next time you go to Raising Cane's, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. Use that promo code PHNX. Make any $5 bet on tonight's game or the rest of the NBA Finals and get $150 in free bets instantly when you use that promo code PHNX, only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Johnny, we're going to give our DraftKings pick of the week in a second, but has there been any fun props that you've seen that you haven't really necessarily touched, but you enjoy seeing on the DraftKings Sportsbook app? It doesn't even have to be at the finals or anything. Is there anything you're going back to?
Oh no, you're putting me on the spot here. I would say probably like the over under for quarters, like we just got. Those are some the in game. I bet this is not a fun prop, but I bet the Celtics money line late and phase myself, even though I picked the Celtics to win that game the other night when it was getting closer and Steph Curry was getting hot in the fourth quarter. I took Golden State maybe minus 350 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app as a fourth quarter line. And just threw $20 on that. So I like to in-game phase myself with Golden State because I'm just they're never out of it until they're out of it. As cliche as that sounds. So that's the equivalent of me going to Vegas and splitting my twos. But
Yeah, there's just so many things, especially in the finals right now, that you can get on DraftKings. Like you can bet on points per game, rebounds. My favorite is the highest scoring performance in the series. Steph Curry is the leader right now, so he's minus 160 to have the highest scoring performance. But you can get Klay Thompson at plus 2,200. We all know Game 6 Klay. If that Game 6, if they lose this game and then win in Golden State and have to go back to Boston for Game 6, he could
still the greatest Game 6 I've ever seen in my life against the Oklahoma City Thunder. How many threes did he make? He had like a 35-point quarter. He just that was the end of the Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook run. That ended it that day.
So if you like that, get on DraftKings right now, plus 2,200. They're like the only place where you can get these type of props. So download today. Use our promo code PHNX when you sign up at just $5 on the NBA Finals tonight or the rest of the series. Get $150 in free bets instantly when you sign up using the promo code PHNX. This week only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for more details. Okay, Johnny, DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week.
I'm going to go with a layup because I've gone for some bigger spreads lately, and I'm really confident in my picks today. So I'm trying to get a clean sweep here. I'm going to stick to the NBA Finals. I saw this morning, and I'm like, good hell, I can get plus money on this.
Yeah, I love
Steph Curry, 3 or more threes at plus 160. Good hell. Are we that unsure that Steph Curry is healthy? Because if I'm picking, basically, I like to take props that support my straight picks. And so if I'm taking Golden State money line, and Steph Curry is going to be a part of that, he needs to have more than 3 threes. As much as I love my boy Andrew Wiggins, and I think Klay's going to have a nice game, and who knows what we're going to get from Draymond. Like Steph Curry could have 3 threes in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. So any plus money on legacy players in the finals, you have to know and read the room, right? We're reading the room right now. Boston is up 2-1, and Golden State has been disrespected. This is when the hired guns, the hired mercenaries come in, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, the greatest shooting tandem I've ever seen in my lifetime, and they come out and they come for blood. I'm not saying they're going to win this series, but I think everything points to those two going off tonight, and I can get plus money on 3 threes for Steph Curry. Are you kidding me? When was the last time he didn't hit 3 threes in a game?
I love that. I love that so much, and you'll see it with my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. But the thing is, like, you got such a good performance from Klay in Game 3. You got Steph Curry's best shooting performance percentage-wise in Game 3, but you didn't get a lot from anybody else. So you need production from everybody else, and that's why I'm going Steph Curry over 38.5 PRA tonight. That's my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week. Yeah, because this is a guy who's averaged over 31 points a game in the finals and 5 rebounds a game in the finals. He just needs to get a couple assists in there. And I think he's going to have to do that tonight to win. And good hell, Andrew Wiggins. This man went from this is a huge part of this team back to role player Andrew Wiggins. He's a big stinker. I don't understand what's happening. So this is a game he needs to show up and show out. And there's no better way to do that than with an individual performance in terms of rebounding and just passion. He just needs to try harder. And 5.5 is what his rebounds are set at. I think he's going to play a lot tonight, especially if Draymond is still a little angies. So, yeah, take his over 5.5 rebounds. The Steph Curry over 38.5 PRA is my DraftKings Sportsbook pick of the week.
You can also, your boy Marcus Smart, I was going to put this, then I hesitated. Now I know you're really high on him, so I should have done this, but this is a series prop. You can get Marcus Smart to average 15 or more points at plus money, I think at plus 160 or maybe even plus 200 now. And again, Boston is the prohibitive favorite to win this series at minus 200. So if you think Golden State, they're plus 200. But Marcus Smart, to me, I mean, Golden State has no answer underneath him, and he can get his if he wants his. So I love that. I love that future prop for this series.
Love it. Well, Johnny, anything else before we get out of here?
PHNX Cardinals live today, 4 p.m. live with myself, Bo Brock, Frank Sanders. We're going to talk about who's under more pressure this season. Cliff Kingsbury, fresh off his lofty contract extension, and Kyler Murray, who inevitably will get his in the coming weeks. Is it K1 or is it Kingsbury? Plus, again, in honor of Four Peaks Brewery, we are going to draft our favorite top drunk foods, our favorite drunk eats. We're going to do all that and more. PHNX Cardinals live today at 4 p.m. If you're not checking us out, go phnx.com, pick up some merch. This is sad. I ordered this in preparation for what I thought would be a Suns final appearance. So we were going to talk about it, but I've got my point guard shirt that I just love so much. Go get that. It's a great deal. $29.99 at the PHNX merchandise locker, or you can get it for free if you become a member at just under $60 for the year.
Guys, it's been a pleasure as always. PHNX Sun Devils is live at 3, so check it out right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Keep it locked in. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Vetterable. You can follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We'll be back on Monday. I thought you were doing the heart thing. You want to do that? No, like
the boys are back.
No, never mind. Okay. We'll be back Monday through Friday right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Peace, love, and Steph Curry, PRA.
We need it.